It is for the above reasons that we are all gathered in this hall to celebrate the graduation of the second promotion of IUE that is ours.
Can you hear me from the back? No? Technician, please. I'm really sorry, the power is gone, so maybe I can use my natural voice to reach everyone. I would want us to all stand up for a word of prayer. Please, let's stand up for a word of prayer. And I would invite our rector to come and pray, lead us in a prayer as we start.
Shall we pray? Kind and loving Father in heaven, we thank you for particularly this graduation day, the second promotion of the International University of Equator. You have given us this opportunity to gather together in this place, which is also known for your name. That, Lord, you may continue to bless every soul represented here. More so, we want to present to you the graduating class of 2019, their parents, sponsors, well-wishers, that, Lord, you may continue to enlarge their territories. In a very special way, as we go into this session, we invite Your Majesty to be with us, give us good ideas, kind words, so that we may continue to encourage one another in this lifelong journey. May this be our experience, because we pray and trust in Jesus' name. Amen.
Let's all stand up for the national anthem, Burundi Bwachu. Everyone.
Nous allons chanter l'hymne national Burundi Bwachu.
Burundi Bwachu, can we have the national anthem, followed by the East African anthem? I hope it's getting ready soon.
Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu.
Good morning, everyone. Bonjour tout le bonjour.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Mwaramuse.
Habari asubuhi.
I would want to call the Rector International University to come and constitute the congregation. Mr. Rector.
Good morning. And now we are constituting the International University of Equator congregation. By the virtue of the authority vested in me, I constitute this gathering into the second congregation of the International University of Equator as upheld by the law of Burundi.
Thank you, Mr. Rector, for constituting the congregation. I want to ask all of you to be seated and feel most welcome in this second edition of our graduation. The next item would be, I want to welcome all of you. I know we have guests from all over, Burundi, Congo, and everywhere in the world. The next item is to call Mr. Rector to give a welcoming speech. No, that will come much later. I want to invite the dancers, the traditional dancers. I think these are some of our students. The dancers. Do we have the dancers there? Jesse, Noella, and group, are you there? I'm not sure what happened to the dancers. They should have been here.
Rector of the International University of Equator, to have his speech and also present to us the members of the council. Welcome, Mr. Rector.
The Honorable Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, the representative of the Director General of Education and Scientific Research, the Chairman of the University Council, His Excellency the Ambassadors, the President, those represented, the Chief Guest, the Director General of Kasosa Financial Services, our university directors, parents, our esteemed parents, lecturers, students, and all protocol observed. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Please wave to me. Good morning. Thank you so much. Now, it's a great day, and no doubt in our minds that this is a great day for the International University of Equator, and even for this great nation of Burundi. Today, again, history is going to be recorded. In the chapters of history, we are going to record this as our second promotion of the International University of Equator. I want to take this very humble opportunity to welcome all of you to this great occasion. And before I give my opening remarks, I know that we have invited many members across this country, the neighboring countries, and even from abroad. And on behalf of the organization, I want to welcome all of you to feel very welcome, very warm. And our protocol team are across. They are going to give you every support you need. And now, I want to recognize those who are in the house. I got word that we have the ambassador from Nigeria. Are you sitting somewhere there? I would kindly ask you to move forward. There is a reserved seat for you. Where are you? Our great representative from the Embassy of Nigeria. Can we see you move forward? You see him? Yeah? The representative, please come. We give you your space. Ezekiel, help her. Come down to the aisle. We are going to show you where to sit. And welcome, madam. I want to take this opportunity to welcome the chairman of the Association of Kenyans living in Burundi. And I know that he has also been sent by His Excellency, the Ambassador of Kenya to the Republic of Burundi, His Excellency Ken Vitisia. We will find some space for you to give a word of advice. Please feel welcome in the house. The second group that I would like to welcome are the council members. We have our council members, and may I kindly ask the council members to rise so that I can introduce you to the audience. Yes, these are our council members, and please wave to the crowd and wave back. Can you wave back to them? Thank you so much. On my extreme right is Mr. Bernard. He comes from Kenya. He has been the immediate past chairman of the Association of Kenyans living in Burundi. He's a great man. He has served this country, in fact, more than he has done in Kenya. Please wave to them. He has spent all his youthful time here in Burundi, and I thank you, sir. Next to him is Terry Tansa. He is the director of BEAMS. Please wave to them. Next to him is a representative of the Director of Education, Mr. Moriango. He sent him to represent him. Please wave. Please, Cyprian, remain standing. On my extreme right is the chief guest for the day, Mr. Claude from Kasosa Finance. He is going to find time to talk. Please wave and take your seat. And on my immediate right is Ezekiel Kasuku, is the principal and academic director. Now, this way, the gentleman standing is the president of the University Council. He's going to find time to talk to you. His name is Ambassador Cyprian Bonimba. You wave to him. Please wave to him. He's a man of diplomacy. He likes you to wave to him. Wave again to him. Yes, please take your seat. Now, I know there are some of the people who did not stand. John, you stand. This gentleman is a good friend of mine. He's a great friend of mine. When I refer, coming to Burundi is the person who welcomed me, and we have worked together. So, John, I know you are going to speak, but please wave to the congregation. Thank you. I have a lady who came from the embassy of the great embassy of Nigeria. You know, Nigeria is the largest country in terms of population and in terms of skills. When I went to school, the first book I read was by Chinua Achebe, The Great Things Fall Apart. And then I read another book from the Nobel laureate, Wole Soyinka. Yeah? So kindly, ma'am, stand up and wave. And please wave back to her. Thank you. Having done that, I now would like to present to you my statement for this day. And I had talked about the protocol observed, so I will straight away say that the International University of Equator is a chartered university under the Ministerial Ordinance 610-328 of 4th March 2016. We strive to transform the lives of youth through educational training and empowering them to be entrepreneurs. That is our major mission and vision. These young people whom we are going to witness receive their conferment of degrees, we have trained them to be job creators and not job seekers. As the theme of this year's graduation is saying training for innovation and creativity. One renowned author, Philip McKinney, said the following, and I quote, "Innovation is not the result of chance, it is the result of action." And so today, we present you to the public so that you can unleash your action. Therefore, I urge all the students to be action-oriented, to be people who set goals and strive to achieve them to the highest standard. Today is a special day for all of us as we come to witness the great effort that has been put by the academic staff, the students, the parents, as a joint shared effort. I would like to extend our warmest congratulations and the best wishes to our graduates, our utmost gratitude to the staff and parents for their devotion and dedication, and our heartfelt appreciation to the local community. We have gotten a lot of support from the local community for their care and support
to the university over the years. You have finalized an important stage in life, opening thus an opportunity for new advancement. I urge our graduating class to embrace the theme of this graduation and to understand the purpose of innovation, or the process under which help us to generate ideas. While innovation is the practical application of such ideas and to enable one to perform a new task in a new way, in a better and cheaper way. We have given you clear-cut orientation towards new thinking, of new opportunities, and to generate new products, new service, new markets, and new methodology. Hence, innovation and creativity. If a product costs more, do the same job, and yet results are less satisfactory, this kind of idea does not lead to innovation and must be avoided. For those of you who have qualified in procurement, marketing, thus business administration, or Bachelor of Information and Technology, should help the various industries and organizations to achieve considerable success, being innovative in ideas of pricing, policy, distribution, communication, design, and networking. IUE faculty has done its part to impart relevant skills and competencies. It will be your time and chance to prove and demonstrate what you know best and distinguish yourself from the rest of the labor market. And I want to emphasize those two words. You got to demonstrate and distinguish yourself. Why emphasize? Because you are facing eminent competition from other graduates coming from other institutions. But you, our students, we have given you special orientation. And therefore, I stress, you must demonstrate and you have to distinguish yourself from the rest in the labor market. Today, you have been empowered to become an individual who can create your own dwellings. You are confident to control your own life and proclaim your independent thinking and one's right, which is a degree to increase thinking autonomy and self-determination to represent the community of scholars. Don't forget that you are also divine empowered as you are connected to God to fulfill, participate, answer the divine call, and become members of God's family in the divine plan of salvation. To empower and encourage yourselves, do the following. Demonstrate trust, avoid small talks, encourage self-improvement, leave your office door open. Leave your office door open. Support vacation time, delegate more than just work, and learn about flexibility. Thus, embrace innovation and creativity. Always make positive change to choices and setting realistic goals. In the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, I quote, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Have awareness and understanding of your goals, which may require character modification, change in behavior, and even your deeper values and beliefs. And with these few remarks, it's my humble submission.
I don't know how many of you know this symbol that the girls are doing like this. How many of you know the symbol? Those are the horns of a cow. So if you play with our girls, wanakudunga na hizo pembe. So don't try it here. Now the next item is the sermonette. The sermonette, I want to invite Dr. Gaves Daize to give us sermonette. Is here.
Sorry.
So this is John Nijimbere.
Good morning, everyone. Today is a great day for the International University of Ikweta because it's a day where we are celebrating the second promotion graduation for our students. We thank God for everything He did for us. God is the one who gives power and energy to achieve anything. This is our 5th year working at IUE. I remember when Dr. Isaac Maragi arrived, the time we started to share about ideas, what can we do for this country, what can we do together. Dreaming about a university was an idea which is somehow impossible because of the context of that time. But we kept being encouraged by our faith in God. In God we trusted, and we started this university. It was in 2014. So it is our joy today to have you in our midst. We are happy to see parents who accompany their children, but yes, their children. Maybe we should use also Kirundi. I don't know if every parent there is understanding. Turashimira Imana kuri byose Imana yadufashije gutanguza ishuri. Haciye imyaka 5 gutanguje ishuri na Dr. Isaac Maragia. I think he can arrive here again, though he has plenty of time to speak. I would like to feel a little bit relaxed, not. We praise the Lord. He is the one who came in 2014, and we met in town. We started to discuss about what we can do here in Burundi. He said, you see my age. He said, I see also yours is, you are approaching the second half of the century. Then we discussed, we started, and there are people who were surrounding us where we were drinking a coffee. What did they say to us? Turiko turabitegura kuko icyumviro cyo kugira university hari abantu bariko baratwumviriza hantu bariko turanywa cafe nababwira ico batubwiye.
Thank you, John. I don't know why you have chosen to make this dialogue, but as you have said, it's a great day of joy and fellowship. And the first answer I will give, in the midst, I see two people who are there where we were drinking the coffee. Yeah, the one man there, Chris Visesa. Please, may I kindly ask you to stand up? That man was there where we were drinking coffee. And I'm not going to say what we said or what he said until I get his consent. But Chris, please salute the people. Good, please be seated. There is also another person who was there when we were drinking this coffee, Pastor Vianney. That man there was also there when we were drinking coffee, and we have remained friends. And unto this day, these days I don't see us drink more coffee. Maybe the resources are not there. Please also wave to the congregation. John, just give your statement. What I remember, many of our friends said, how can you start a university? And according to them, the description was, we passed there. They said, you two men, you are going to start a university, just like in Tanga campus. I don't remember the answer, but that remained a very big question. And it is now up to you and them to evaluate the dream. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Just, I wanted him to say this because we are remembering where we are coming from. The great thing we can do for God is to remember, to always remember the things He has helped us to do. Let's read a small verse in Matthew chapter 5, verse 13 until verse 15. I think I am the only one who has a Bible here. I am the only one who has a Bible here I can read. Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. You are the salt of the earth, but if salt has lost its taste, its strength, how can its saltness be restored? It is not good for anything only longer, but to be thrown out of the trodden and underfoot by men. You are also the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Not do men light a lamp and put it under the bed. May God richly bless you. This is a small piece of word that I would like to read for you. Jesus said that a man will not live only by food, by bread, but also by God's word. We are intellectual, we are physically strong, but also we need this food for our spirit. Values that director described, which will characterize your quality services, the moral behavior that we are wishing for you as a parent. You cannot have them unless you have this word of God that will be eating every day, so that we can be well balanced. Integrity, or the quality of the services, or the simplicity, the moral of the good moral behavior. You cannot get them unless you have this understanding, this belief in God. It is God Himself who can give you power to achieve it, to entertain good relationships with people, to keep your promises. You have to rely on God's word to be able to do so, because everything you can wish, everything that your parents can wish for you, you cannot have this power of achieving them unless this God's word is in you. Reason why? As IUE, at IUE, you have been receiving always the knowledge, competencies, skills. We tried to provide good lecturers who are well qualified to provide you with knowledge, but also you had, sometimes you get some courses about the God's word, Bible courses. These moral, these values are going to be available to you because of this power God is going to give you. The God's word that we are reading here talk about salt and light. Salt has a great importance in our food. Salt improves the taste, give a good taste. But also salt can preserve, can protect the food against some bacteria. Salt is used for the food. We are the salt for the society. We can help the society. We can solve some of the problems of the society. We are also light. A light gives orientation. Where there is light, everyone can march, can walk easily, seeing where he's going. These two examples, I find I can read this verse for you because now we are sending you to this world. The community is waiting. Parents are waiting for your production. The whole Burundi is waiting for the production. The whole world is waiting for your production. Now, the whole community is waiting to see from your competencies, from the knowledge, from the skills that we have gotten. We wish you the best in this world. You are mature people, but also you are starting a new step in this market field where your character, your competencies and knowledge are going to be seen by the surrounding. There's nothing else we can do. These skills and the competencies that these brilliant lecturers have given you are going to be benefitable to you, and only if you remain in this teaching of God's word. this moral behavior and the quality of the services, the integrity, and the other values, you can only provide them if you have this transformed character. A university is an educational transformative industry. This transformation has to be has to have all the sides, a holistic transformation, not the only one side transformation. So I cannot read much, but keep this word that wherever you will be, we wish you to be the salt and the light of the world. God richly bless you.
Amen, brethren. Thank you for the sermon. And I want us to move on to the next item, that is the alumni pledge. So let me request all the students to stand up and do their alumni pledge. You all have it in the book. All students, I'm still seeing some seated. That this year we are graduating 73 students, 23 for IT and BBA we have 50 students. So shall we go together the alumni pledge? Are you all there? So we start. My solemn, I'm not an alumni of this institution, so please do your part.
And the economy to be a channel for fostering wholesome social interaction between IUE and also the IUE themselves, to contribute tangibly to the growth of IUE in all ways possible, namely physically, financially, and otherwise, to promote and protect the interests and welfare of the members of the Association of IUE, encourage IUE in its continuous education towards an educational program that is sensitive to its social, cultural environment, to work in close contact and cooperation with other admin bodies and organizations to the extent that aims, objectives, and values of such bodies and organizations are compatible with those of the Association of IUE, to participate actively and proactively as deemed possible and permissibly in the discussion of council, faculty, department, and other meetings in the interest of the Association of IUE. I solemnly pledge that the mercies of God and in the presence of this assembly, I will give generously and self-sacrificially of both mine and my means for the accomplishment of His work and the benefit of an association to which I am happy to belong. So help me God.
Wapi makofi ya wanafunzi? Hapo wameongea vizuri, wamesema kwamba watafanya vile wamesema, na wamesema watatukanyaga na zile viatu tumewanunulia, na watakuwa na nidhamu vilivyo. Hivyo kwa ufupi ndio walikuwa nasema. Next, please be seated. Be seated, please. The next item on the list.
Thank you. The next speaker, I would like to welcome His Honorable Mr. Chairman of the Council, Ambassador Cyprien Boniva. You are welcome, sir.
morning, everybody. Honorable representative of the minister, members of the council, honorable rector of the university, professors, parents, students, good morning once again. On behalf of the International University of Equator Council, I wish to welcome you to the second promotion graduation ceremony organized to award bachelor's degree to 62 students. There are 44 bachelors of business administration and 18 bachelors of information technology. The students have been prepared with suitable skills and competencies in their respective areas of specialization. On the 14th of October 2019, the University Council meeting approved the graduation of the above students after they were confirmed by the board of competent examiners. For the 3 years training, you have been taught to see what everyone else has seen in the world of business and technology, but thinking what no one else has taught. The management supports the process you have gone through by empowerment to do something stronger, more confident, especially controlling one's life and proclaiming one's right. You have a responsibility towards society as a responsible corporate and global citizen. Such effort will make our country and the region better economically and socially by improving the standard of living through best customer service, quality products, and quality service. By empowerment, it will increase value in the community, ownership, and social care through self-dependence, like care of mindset and approach to social situations. Today, when you get graduated, you will receive the power to read and write the key tomorrow challenges to enhance your potential in life. You have begun a journey that will determine your success. We wish you God's blessing as you go out there. It is now my present duty and honor to recognize the council members. It is my also honor to invite the minister representative to address the gathering. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Dear Excellencies, dear Chairman, directors, lecturers, parents, students, distinguished guests, all protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am delighted to join you during this second graduation ceremony. First, I congratulate the university and the graduates for the determination and hard work that has resulted in our gathering here today. And it is a great honor for me to deliver this speech on behalf of the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research of the presented. This ceremony marks a great day in the life of International University of the Equator, which opened its doors in Burundi 2015 to enroll students who desired to follow their studies using English language in the faculties of Business Administration and the Bachelor of Information Technology. The International University of Equator is accredited by the relevant institution and that of the Ministry of Education and Scientific Research under the Ministerial Ordinance from 4 March 2016, which gave it authority to offer the degrees in the 2 domains, Bachelor of Business Administration and the Bachelor of Information Technology with the legal framework. International University of Equator is a young institution and collaborates better with the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research. The proof is that the IUE is not part of private higher education institutions whose enrollment is prohibited following the result deemed insufficient by the evaluators mandated by the ministry. We take this opportunity to congratulate the administration of the IUE and the entire staff team for the effort and the courage to improve quality of higher education in Burundi. Today marks a great milestone for International University of Equator to present for graduation 62 students in the second promotion cohort, as will be witnessed by thousands of parents, industry and media in Burundi, regionally and globally. The Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research is satisfied that the university has instructed, trained all the graduates to make valuable contributions to the nation of Burundi's labor market innovatively and will demonstrate the higher standards creativity as per this year's motto and the theme of graduation. Strict compliance with the ministry's instructions is therefore one of the ways to achieve the ultimate goal of the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research. Indeed, the ministry's determination is to ensure quality at the level of higher education. It is through monitoring and personalized support that this goal will be achieved. This means that the ministry will always be at your side to help you fulfill your dream of having men and women who can effectively serve their fellow brothers and sisters and contribute to the development of the country. Dear graduates, on behalf of the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, it is now my pleasant duty and honor to congratulate you and wishing you all great success in your future endeavors. You will be called to serve the country in different sectors related to your training. So be ambassadors of the institution that instill you knowledge and do not wait to be hired, but be too creative and hire others to deal with unemployment and put your skills at the service of the society. You have received the light. Do not turn off the lamp, but it must be under the lamppost to enlighten your little brothers and sisters and the entire community who will surely need your knowledge and skills. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the government policy in Burundi supports innovative and creative thinking, as it is vital in responding to the fourth global sustainable development goal, which is quality development. Allow me to remind you that Objective 4 of the Sustainable Development Goals is worded as follows: ensure inclusive and equitable quality and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. targeting both gender, ensuring the girls child and the boy child get equal access to educational opportunities. I am told that in this university, the female students have excelled as well as the male students, and prove that all learners have acquired knowledge and the competent skills to support and promote the sustainable development. Demonstrate out there at workplace that for the 3 years education and training at IUE, one has identified the personal goals and with determination to achieve them, increase in skills and competencies, resilience and persistence to achieve this determined goal. Finally, this opportunity at IUE is intended to impact in you transformation throughout your life. It is prudent to all the graduating class of 2019 to respond to the impact of innovation and the creativity, which is the theme of this graduation ceremony. In brief, this graduation ceremony testifies that IUE has engaged in a positive change, not only of our country, but on the entire sub-region through intellectual investment in the girls and sons of our countries. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, before concluding, I would like to wish a bright future. IUE and all its staff, may God help you to go always forward and always to be committed to your motto, standing on promise, in order to meet, on one hand, the needs of students and the community, and on the other hand, the instructions of the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research. It is through this advice and the wishes for happiness that I close my speech, thanking you for the invitation and the warm welcome. God bless you all. Thank you.
Let's clap again for this nice speech, please. Are you happy? The weather is not really cold, and the climate is cool. I hope everyone is feeling better now. Are you? Especially our graduates, are you? Yes. All right, now we are going to give you a platform through your representative, Vanessa. Where are you, please? We are going to have the speech of one of our graduates. You're welcome. She's a princess today.
His Excellency, the Minister of Higher Education, respectful Mr. Rector of IUE and all Federal Universities Rector and representative, members of IUE Council Board, IUE and lecturers, IUE fraternity all, dear parents, distinguished guests, dear colleagues, and all protocols observed, good morning. Graduation is the greatest and respectful event organized by universities in accordance with the ministry. It is also the fact of finishing a degree or other course of study at a university or school, or the ceremony at which you are officially of a course of study. It is for the above reasons that we are all gathered in this hall to celebrate the graduation of the second promotion of IUE that is ours. We will not proceed this speech without thanking both the IUE management and government of Burundi through the Ministry of Higher Education for this great opportunity of having invested in educating people from our lovely country Burundi and the whole region. In fact, Malcolm from the USA said, and I quote, "Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare it for today." our parents and lecturers. We can't forget thanking you for your great sacrifice to offer us the best gift ever, which is knowledge. You have been kind to us through many things. You made a lasting impact in our lives. God bless you most. Excellencies, honorable, distinguished guests, colleagues, all protocols observed, allow us to thank you for having responded to our invitation to accompany us and to celebrate with us this grateful and wonderful ceremony. And it is of a big pleasure seeing you in our midst. We would like to take this opportunity to also advise those who are just left behind to work hard and always be serious so that they may reach the level we are reaching today. That would not be possible without self-commitment and maintaining English as a language of communication. Dear alumni, education doesn't stop after you graduate from college. It doesn't stop after you finish your MBA, PhD, or master's either. Manga says, and I quote, wisdom acquisition is a moral duty. It's not just something you do to advance in life. It's moral duty because it's only through continuous learning that we can add to the vast knowledge to mankind. If we stopped learning, in progress in all industries, computers, finances, engineering, biology stops as well. This might sound completed, but it is a way of reminding all of us who are here today that we continue researches so that we may contribute to this global world, which is full of innovation through entrepreneurship and creativity. Through this, we also give thanks with particular regards to the Vice Chancellor of IUE, Professor Isaac Maragia, who inspires in team spirit. Allow us not to call him rector, but father. God bless you much, sir. Moreover, most institutions of higher learning in the world are developed by their alumni. So let us keep in touch first and second promotion with IUE, keeping discipline every moment. Finally, we would like to invite each and every one to contribute in the development and construction of IUE fraternity by bringing your relatives, neighbors, and friends to join the program offered by International University of Wichita. This is the precious gift that we can offer to the founder and the promoters of this great idea that is of availing a teaching English university to Burundi and the region. God bless East African community. God bless Burundi. God bless IUE. God bless you all. For the sake of alumni, thank you.
Thank you so much, Vanessa, for your sensitive speech. Now we are going to welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Claude Nikondeha, to have his speech. Please, sir. He is the CEO of Kazoza Financial Group. You know Kazoza, right? Yeah. You know it? Yeah. So we have him here. You are welcome, sir, to have your speech.
Thank you very much. Good morning. You don't seem to be celebrating, huh? Good morning. Honorable the representative of the Minister of Higher Education, faculty, member of the council, honorable rector, proud parents, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. And big, huge congratulations to Equator year 2019. Let's give them a hand of applause. It's exciting. Thank you, Rector Professor Isaac, for the invitation. It's an honor for me to be here this morning with you and share with you a little bit about my journey, and hopefully somewhere in there you'll find something that is encouraging. Today you have achieved something special, something saying that less than 7% of all Burundian your age got to achieve. You deserve to be congratulated. What you have achieved didn't come easily. You worked hard for it. How many of you believe that they worked the hardest? Yeah? Just 3 of you? Everybody else? How many worked hard? Come on. Yeah? I know something about hard work. It's been the story of my life. And this morning, you will be graduating. And, you know, I wish I could tell you that this is the hardest thing you have ever done in your life. I wish I could tell you that from now on, everybody gonna be very nice to you. Everybody gonna respect you more. I wish I could tell you that from now on, that you have your degree, all the companies around this city will be running to you. I wish I could tell you that no one will ever say no to you anymore. Any ideas you come up with, any job you request, they will always say yes. No. I wish I could tell you that. The truth is that this is just the beginning. You're probably going to hear more no than you have ever heard in your life. The real hard work begins now. How many of you believe that the hard work begins now? The hard work of presenting your CV, looking for a job, getting turned down where nobody calls you back. You know, I was around 10 years old when I first realized that life will not be as easy as I thought. But I knew I was called to survive. I was called to live and survive. This is the first achievement you have to do in this place. It's to survive and to live, to grow up. Right? I grew up in Mutakura. How many of you know Mutakura? Probably one of the poorest neighborhoods in the city. My dad was a pastor. And what that means, it means that we lived on a very limited budget. I knew this because of small things like most kids should hear yes to. Things like, can I get a second uniform for my school? No. Can I get a second pair of shoes? No. Can I get a backpack for my books? No. Well, the answer was always no, we don't really have money for that one. It was around that time that I started asking myself, what can I do for money? Because I could not take another no for an answer. So, doing small jobs, I found myself with enough money to buy a soda to sell. So I started selling sodas, cold sodas to my neighbors. And before long, I had two little boys like me and a bike to do that small business. And what I was doing was really to be able to cover the little extras that I wanted, that I couldn't afford, that somebody would say no to me again. But I had to take my life in my own hands. And I hated poverty. So the shoes, the books, the second uniform, the school fees, I could cover those after a while. But I knew that was just my exit of poverty was going to be through education. But I'm called to survive that journey. So I have to figure out what can I do that will help me finish the education. Several years later, after high school, I left Burundi with no intention to ever return. I boarded a plane bound for France and said goodbye to poverty and my old life. That was another season of survival, but this time at a university and in a foreign country. But I did survive and graduate. I found employment and began looking for a good career. But while I was away, especially when I was starting to work in America, I was finally at a place where I could send money home to help with my parents. So I called in. I said, I need the bank account information to send money. And to my surprise, they did not have an account that I could send money to. Now, I had been in the West now for 10 years, and it was shocking to me that somebody would not have a bank account that I can send money to from the US. After I returned to Burundi, I discovered that less than 3% of all Burundians have a bank account. How could that be? And that raised a curiosity in me. Curious. I became very curious. I was curious already in America when I heard about the bank account situation. And I started learning, and I started asking myself, possible? Curiosity. We are called to be curious. We are called to survive. Then we are called to be curious. Curiosity is a very important factor. Most of you, you're curious about something. But often, we don't pay too much attention to our curiosity. We look at the people in front of us, what they are doing, what can we do, where can we get a job. But the things we're curious about, we don't pay attention to them. When I came back and I realized the gap, I became even more curious about macro lending. How does a person enter the formal economy? And I start learning. This has nothing to do with what I study in school. You know, the most important thing that you study in school, that your faculty, your teachers have been able to teach you, is to research, right? Is to learn. You can learn. Your learning doesn't end today. You keep learning, because most likely the things you end up doing have nothing to do with your degree, right? But what you have learned is that you have the capacity to learn, to believe that you can learn and know everything there is to know about a particular subject. So when I became curious about banking, I started reading, I started asking a lot of questions to everybody who was willing to talk to me. And I was more curious about macro lending, getting those 97% of Burundians who are not in the formal economy into the formal economy, and also the community banking that I saw so much in America. A bank that is based in a community working hard to transform a local community and local economy. So back in 2012, started Kazoza Finance. And it was we started a hybrid model that is between the macro lending and the community banking. So it's not completely a micro finance, and it's not completely a commercial bank. It's somewhere in between where everybody can find their place. Today, 7 years later, we have about 8 branches, 30,000 customers, and we have given out loans, small, medium, and big, of over 10 billion Burundian francs. Six months after we started Kazoza Finance, in January 2013, the market fire happened. Remember that? And 80% of our business was in that market. So it burned with everything else. Again, that was another call to survive. We had to survive that season and be near our customers and be near those wanting to enter the business. So our curiosity, my curiosity, helped me start Kazoza Finance. This morning as you graduate, you have to ask yourself, what am I curious about? What is the one thing? It doesn't have to be something that you see other people do. You know, we like to copy. It's not about copying. Because Burundi right now, there is not enough jobs for everybody who graduates. So some of you will have to lean on yourself to start your own adventure. And the best adventure you can start is what you're curious about. And it may not look like something that is going to be lucrative right away. But it's something that can transform a community, transform families, and give them hope while you're being successful. So the next curiosity that I got was to figure out, how does the economy work, not just for me and my family, but for all families, all our communities. You know, you cannot be successful by yourself. You cannot be rich by yourself. We all have to grow together in a community, in a neighborhood, in a city, in a country. So when someone in your neighborhood is doing well, you have two choices. You can react in a spirit of competition, feeling inferior to them, or upset that they are making it and you aren't, because the environment is hard. Or you can see that that family is successful and you need to learn from them. The 30,000 members of Kazoza, most of them, they have started with us at a loan of 30,000, 100,000 the most. Like 80% of them. Today, they have loans of over 100 million Burundian francs. They have grown so much. What does that tell you? When somebody in your community is successful, it gives you hope, should give you hope, right? You should be happy for that person. And you should learn from them. But the most important is that if somebody, you know, you hear it's hard, every young person wants to go to Canada, to US, to Europe. Why? Because they think it's impossible here. But I'm here to tell you that if there is one person, one family in your community that is successful, what that means to you, it means it's possible. Right? It's possible. If everybody is broke, if everybody is really, really poor, then maybe you have the right, you have a reason. But even me, who's from Mutakura, the poorest neighborhood, if I can succeed, anyone can succeed in this place without having to go anywhere. You just have to use the brain that God gave you, combine it with the knowledge that you have received at the Equatorial University, and let your curiosity guide you. Today you will graduate, and tomorrow you will be looking for a job. The day after that, you probably will be looking at getting married, starting a family. Then if you're like anything like me, you will start asking yourself questions like, what's my calling? What am I supposed to do? What's the mark What's my contribution to this place, to my community, to my city, to my country? What was I meant to be? What kind of company do I need to either work for or start? You have to always remember, since you were young or at some point in your life, there was something you were curious about. That's what your calling is. Something you're curious about, why it's not happening this way. Just like I was. How come 97% of all Burundians do not have a bank account? How could they develop, how could they grow in their life if they don't have access to banking, to loans, to training? How do you build a house? How do you build your business? How do you grow anything? How do you send your kids to school? And the question goes on and on and on. And if you have 97% of your population who doesn't have access to that, then it's impossible to develop. Because the development starts with you, with your family, with your community, with your city, and then with your country. We are the development. Your graduates, you are much ahead than over half of the population. What are you going to do with it? It's very important. You know, there is a story about everybody here, I'm sure, especially in academic arena, everybody's on Facebook, right? And when you read the story of the guy, Mark Zuckerberg, who started Facebook, you know, he's sitting in his dorm room at Harvard, wondering, how do I connect with other students? How do I know who they are, where they're from, what's their major? So he was curious about getting acquainted with everybody else. So he started this online platform for campus students to connect, to introduce themselves, to put their pictures out. Very simple. He probably was feeling lonely and he wanted to know who else is there that may feel lonely like him, and then maybe they get together and go play baseball. Curiosity. Now, today, over 2 billion people worldwide use Facebook. Over 2 billion people on a daily. And the guy is worth like $70 billion because he was curious and then he acted on his curiosity. We all are curious about something, especially our young guys here. We just graduated. You're curious. What are you curious about? What is the thing that stays in your mind for a long time and keeps you up at night? That's the thing you need to push forward. And we started a Kazosa for those kind of things. For people with dreams. Dream that will not only change their life, but the life of their community. And that's why we're there. And I want to invite you to open an account if you don't have one. Yeah? Good? God bless you. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.
Thank you, CEO Kasoza Finance, and that was a very encouraging speech. I know many of the graduates thought this guy was actually coming to give you money. No. One thing I learned from him is that he said, money goes where money is. Reminded you that money goes where money is. And so if you don't have some savings culture, then you are not able to, make money. And he also talked about curiosity. You need to be curious in everything that you are doing, and then you should also be big dreamers. I don't know how many of our graduates are big dreamers. Are you daydreamers? If you are not daydreamers, then you shall not get where IUE is, where Kazoza is, where Trio is, and so on and so forth. We have great entrepreneurs in front of us. The only thing that maybe they need to tell you is whether entrepreneurs are born or entrepreneurs are trained. But that question, I will leave it to you at your own time. We also have director of beams. You need to consult with them. Now we shall have a small break with the dancers doing it, and then I shall invite Bwana Sam Karima, the representative of Kenyans in Burundi. So the dancers, then we shall follow it with Sam Karima. Karibu.
The guest of honor, the chairman of the council, director, the rest of the council members, the graduates, and our parents here today for this graduation. Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank the rector and the rest of the team for inviting me here to come and witness this historic occasion when the graduates, 73 of you, are getting your various honors and various degrees. It's a great pleasure to be here. Secondly, I bring you greetings from Ken Vitisia, ambassador from Kenya. He was supposed to be here today, but unfortunately, he has traveled to another country within Africa on official duties, and he was not able. So I bring you greetings from him as I represent him here, as well as a Kenyan. And he says that he's proud of you guys, and he's sure that you'll do well in life. The other thing that I want to say is that for me, I am very happy to be with you as part of this graduation ceremony, because it reminds me of very many years, long before some of you were born, when I graduated from the University of Nairobi in Kenya. And I must say, we were many. We were about 350 in my class. And what I want to tell you is that more than 20 years down the road, all of us are doing different things. And within that class, because we keep in touch, we have cabinet ministers. I'm sure Bernard will know that the Minister for Health in Kenya was my classmate. We have many other members of that class who are CEOs in various companies, who are advisors to international governments around the world, and who are doing many more things that we were taught at school. Now, for you, I think Burundi has a great potential. When we look at this country, it is still young. There is still a lot that as graduates we can do, and ours is to encourage you, is to try and mold you into a person that will be able to take those opportunities, like the guest of honor has said, and be able to become curious enough and be able to move forward and take the opportunities head on and make the best out of it. As a word of advice, I think I have two things that I would like to say. The first one, I have been here for about 5 years in Burundi, working in the agribusiness sector. I work for the tea industry in Burundi. And one of the things that I would like to tell you is that it is important to share. Now, if you take a candle, you know what a candle is? A bougie. If you take a candle and you put it in a dark place and you light it, you get light, isn't it? If you take another candle and light it using the candle that you have lit, what do you get? You get more light in that room. But the first candle is still giving light, and the second one is also giving light. So at the end of the day, the first one has not lost any light, but the second one has added light. So one of the things that I realize here is that a lot of people like to hold to what they have. They don't want to share with other people. But one of the challenges I want to give is that you have learned and you will continue to learn. The more you share with people, the more you are able to spread your burden, the more you are able to get more people to understand what you are doing. And in an office situation like where we work, when you have only one person who understands a certain business, then if he's not there, there's always a problem. But when you have many people, 3, 4, 5, who understand, then everything flows without any interruption. So share as much as you can as you grow, and be able to motivate and to build other people within the community, within your families, and in that way we'll be able to build a stronger Burundi. The second one, I think, like the director said, you have a theme today that is a training for innovation and creativity. Creativity today is a matter of all things. As you have heard from the previous people who have talked, during our time, all of us were drilled for employment. So you knew from school to university, and then after university, there will be the government waiting to hire you, there will be many companies waiting to hire you, and in that way you will grow. And there are people who have been in employment for the time that we left the university up to now. But things have changed today. Today, when you look at the world, the situation is different. Most of the people who are doing well and the young people that you have seen are people who went out to innovate, people who went out and identified what we call a niche market. They identified something that many other people did not have, and they capitalized on it, they invested in it, and they put in time, and they were able to realize the dreams. So again, in line with that theme, I want to challenge you that when you go out there, today might be the last time that you'll be sitting together as a class. After that, everybody will be going his own way. When you go out your own way, please identify the things that can give you great leverage, and you'll be able to achieve a lot in life. We're not saying that you don't go for employment. Employment also helps you to build and to shape your career as you move on. But also, over and above that, be able to exercise creativity and be able to look out for new ideas that you can leverage. My final word is that I learned from a famous educator, Dr. Jeffrey Griffin, who owned and ran a very big school in Kenya, that when you go out there, make sure that whatever you do it better than everybody else that has ever done it before. And what he told us was, when you go to an office or to a situation and you're given a coffee cup to wash that cup in such a way that everybody else looking at it will say, yes, this cup has been washed in a very different way, better than it has ever been washed before. So as you live today, take the challenge that whatever you do, either in business or in employment, please make sure that you give it your best. Make sure that you do it better than anybody else has done it before you. And in that way, you're going to be noticed, you're going to be given recognition, and you'll be able to do better in life. So with those few remarks, let me congratulate all the graduates for the effort, the years that you have spent learning, and the culmination of the graduation today. I want to congratulate you for that effort and making it here. I'm sure when you started, there were many people. There are people that you started with at first year who are not here with you. But the fact that you have survived through is a great achievement, and is something that you should be proud of. We as parents are also proud when we see a child moving from the different stages and eventually graduating and now taking their role in managing the affairs of Burundi. So I want to wish you all the best in whatever you do, and I am sure that from what I'm seeing and the cheerful faces I'm seeing, we have the potential to change Burundi and to change the world. Thank you.
Huyo ndio patro wangu. Leo umemwona patro. Thank you, Sam, for your insight. You've talked about sharing. You've reminded us about the aspect of sharing and also the issue of market niche, something which makes your business unique. And so, even as you are going out as graduates, try to make your business unique. Now, I know Africans also know how to keep time. We are almost coming to the end of it, and the moment that we've been waiting for is here. And I just want to call the heads of department, the two beautiful ladies, Madame Edine and Madame Gogo, aka Gloria, or Gloria, aka Gogo. So, but we'll start with the IT. She'll call the names of the IT students. First of all, Nadine, you can see how they are sharp this morning, ready to call you. After they call the names, I shall invite the rector to confer the degrees. So as at now, you are not done yet until the degree is conferred to you. So, Warembo, Nadine, IT, then followed by Gloria. When she calls your name, you stand up.
Chair, Pastor, sir, I have the pleasure to present to you 19 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the award of Bachelor of Information Technology of the International University of Ecuador. Here there are the names. Bahati Balolebwa Mirufe, Bukeyeneza Ange-Marie.
Wapigie makofi jamani.
Chomzera Jean Bosco, Tubaka Lucien, Iradukunda Yeva, Kabamba Richard, Dadia Matudi, Michalange Matam, Louis-Man Benidasi, Nour Emmanuel, Niziki Burambo Jean, Twagiramungu Hussein, Boutagari François, Wenbatende David, Masanga David, Asifiwe Rigobert, Dusenge Gloria, Irunga Oze, Dika Mwando. This year, 2019, Chairperson, I have a pleasure to present to you 19 students who have successfully completed the Bachelor of Information Technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Nadine. Sijui ni kwa nini mnasikia vibaya wenzenu wakiendelea. Muwapigie makofi. And now it's the business department. Madame Gloria to present you the names.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The School of Business Administration presenting the graduates of this year 2019. Chair Council, I have the pleasure to present you 45 candidates who have successfully completed the requirement for the award of Bachelor of Business Administration at the International University of Ecuador. Women, Pastor Pamela, Akimana Gaela, Aziza Mubarak Rachel, Banguka Vanessa, Basila Lilian, Niginimana Neri Brenda, Elisha Siminika, Estela Nuayezu, Furaha Rebecca, Kata Fidelite, Kaponimana Dwayne Grastus, Akizimana Frank Sorel, Hassan Salma, Igilumun Happiness, Iradukunda Divine, Irambona Erika Wagner, Jamila Abdul, Josephine Matwenda Sao, Karanta Kapuso Bruno, Kalekuti Johnson, Kambela Lydia, Lisette Haragakiza, Mugisha Ernest, Mugisha Moïse Fredas, Rosa Nasra, Mukandoli Stéphanie, Mupenda Christelle, Musafiri Piyadani, Daike Zawelax, Daishimie Aline, Wanukila Mucho Maris, Gabo Thierry, Emi Genze Uholo, Lyon Gabo Abdalahen, Lidigimana Bernadette, Priagahos Mika, Tuisen André Prisa, Ouima Nadila Gayela, Ishime Gislaine, Betela Mastine Gabriela, Inès Alice, Akimana Raissa Ashley, Mujinga Kaleoji Yvonne, Daïse Lydia. This year 2019 Chair Council, I have the pleasure to present you 45 students who have successfully completed the academic year.
Thank you, Madam Gloria. As the students remain standing, I would want to call the chairman of the council to call the rector to confer the degree. So, chairman of the council, please, you're welcome as you invite the rector to confer the degrees. Thereafter, I will ask the members to come close as we confer the degrees to them.
The National University of Equator was granted a charter by the Ministry of Education and Scientific Research on March 4th, 2016, Ministerial Ordinance number 610/329 to confer degrees in accordance with the Ministry of Education and Scientific Research. The university may A. Confer degrees of Bachelor of Business Administration, B. Confer degrees of Bachelor of Information and Technology. So may I ask the director to come and confirm these degrees.
So I'll ask you to come by one by one through this exit, one by one, starting from the IT. Let's have the number standing on the promises. DJ, standing on the promises. Standing on the promises. Standing on the promises.
Standing on the promises of God. Standing on the promises of God. Standing on the promises of God, my Savior. I'm standing on the promises of God. Standing on the promises of God, my Savior. Standing on the promises of God, not fail. When the Lord is on the battlefield, I say, by the living well of God shall be there. Standing on the promises of God. Standing on the promises of God, my Savior. I'm standing on the promises of God.
Thank you, choir, for the beautiful song. Now I would want to present to you the first class students. Please, may I have your attention? Please, let me have your attention, please. I'd like to take this opportunity, if you allow me to please present to you the first class student, Pamela Wilfura. Please come forward. Pamela Wilfura. Out of 5, a GPA of 5, she actually got 3.67. So please. That lady, maybe you didn't know, she's very hardworking. In most cases, she had A's. A is 75 and above. In most of her courses, she actually scored those kind of marks. So I want to give her 2 minutes to say something to the audience and the guests. Pamela.
Good afternoon, everyone. I don't know what to say. I was not prepared to say anything, but what I can say is that I'm really grateful, because today I see that hard working is paying, actually. I remember we and my classmates, we used to stay late studying, revising courses. I didn't know that those sacrifices will pay one day. But today, it's a great testimony that hard working is really paying. Thank you.
Please don't go away. I would want you to take a special picture with the members of the council. And those of you who didn't know about her career, she's also a classical dancer. If I would ask her to dance here, some of you will collapse. So, members of the council, please take a special photograph with this lady. If you are there, please come. Fungus tea. Fungus tea. Kwa zile vinywaji mnapokea hapa. Fungus. Fungus tea, are you there? Do we have the representative of good governance? Representative of Madame Kagayo, good governance? Please come and congratulate these people. So we don't have Fadeko. All right. So I want to give the CEO SOPEC to say a word on behalf of the graduates. SOPEC.
Dear Excellencies, members of council, Sir Elector, Sir professors of International University of Equator, dear graduate, good morning. My name is Rajandamo. I am the CEO of SOPEC Microfinance. First of all, I wish a good luck for the graduate of today. Our country needs the youth with knowledge in all departments who cannot only wait the job in government, but who can create the jobs for others. SOPEC is a new financial institution that collects members' savings and gives them credit. To open account is for free, and return demand is only 500. The credit rate is very down, less than 10% for all kinds of credit. SOPEC works with young entrepreneurs, small and large traders. We save members money and give them interest. We give a credit to the solidarity group of 3 to 5 linked by bonds of friendship, neighborhood, or market college. In technology, SOPEC wants to be the first in Burundi using modern technology. SOPEC members will have the opportunity to see their account amount on their phones, can transfer the desired amount to the other account, can also request the credit with his telephone, and it will be possible to convert the money on your account into Limi Cash or Eco Cash. It's the only microfinance with digital currency using our software, Microfinance Plus. Everyone trusts us. If you work with SOPEC, we call Miss Pamela to take his gift, take a gift from SOPEC Microfinance. Welcome, Miss Pamela.
Makofi jamani. Thank you, Sopek, for that wonderful gift to Pamela.
We cannot also forget the efforts of the professors of International University of Equator. We want to ask Mr. Kasuk to come to take gift for the professor, for all professors of IUE.
Wapi makofi yao. Thank you Sopek. Naona hapa sio amesema walimu watakula mbuzi leo. Sijui ni mbuzi, sijui ni ng'ombe, lakini nitaambia walimu wangu. Asanteni sana. Let me call the gift team.
We thank you all the effort of the lecturer of AIU. Long life IUE. Yes, thank you. Long life education, long life IUE, long life Burundi. Thank you, August Assembly. Thank you so much.
We are grateful for your gift. And now we are moving to the next step, still on the aspect of gifts. I would want to call the gift team, Nana and Leconte, to bring the gifts. The first gift item would be to the representative of the ministry. Representative of the ministry. Please come up and take your gift. Wapi makofi ya wageni wetu? Next, okay, photographers. Sorry. The next gift, Kazozi Microfinance. Guest of honor, karibu. Money goes where money is. You are reminded, eh? And the next gift item is to the chair of the University Council. Chair of the University Council. Chair of the University Council. Wind up. Before we wind up, it's never complete before we congratulate the students. Where I come from Mwaro, those of you who know Mwaro, there is a special way how we welcome newborns. So these are our newborns, and we want to specially welcome them with what we call Imundu. Can we have somebody doing Imundu for our newborns? Let's do it. Makofi ya mwanadada mrembo. Isitoshe basi, na kuna wengine ile fasi tunatoka ile soko ya Kadutu pale Nyawera. Wapi vigelegele na shangwe? Asanteni sana. Now we are moving to the last item. So I would want to invite the Rector of International University to dissolve the congregation. Then the DJ, you should be ready with the recession song.
Hello. Where I come from, I happen to have great weaknesses. Where I come from, and I have people I want to witness, they say, I'm going to quote, Leo ni leo, asemaye kesho ni? Leo ni leo, asemaye kesho ni? Do you agree? Number 2, asiye na mwana asiye na mwana afanye nini?
Aleke jiwe.
Now, we have been sitting here for close to 3 hours. I'm saying we have been sitting here close to 3 hours. And great work has been accomplished. What has been done? Especially from the students, I want you to reply. What has been done? Great work has been. Thank you. And now, we want to send you out there with a promise and with a charge that having received this coveted confinement, you have been given the liberty to use it to enrich yourself, to enrich the community here in Burundi, regionally and globally. I want to thank all our parents who have come, our supporters, the industry. The industry this year has done very well. But that young man from Sopek, I think he made a great message. And I looked at my friend Kasosa Finance. Because, you know, for him, and I agree with him, every entrepreneur knows that he is the best. All others are following. Yeah? So I like his vision and mission, and it's a great challenge to you, the graduates, that today and tomorrow you can also implement your dreams. And so now it is my pleasant duty and privilege to do the most honorable job that I was called to do. And I want to dissolve this congregation of the International University of Equator, and by virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor and Rector, I declare this second congregation of the International University of Equator officially dissolved. God bless you.
Thank you, Rector, for dissolving this session. I would want to invite any one of our parents to give us a closing prayer. A volunteer, the parents, wazazi moja kuja tuombea hapa tufungie na maombi. Wazazi wetu tafadhali, mpigie mama makofi akikuja.
Let's close our eyes, bow down before God. Heavenly Father, we thank you for everything you have done for us, Lord. We thank you, we magnify you, Lord. We give you all praise that you merited, Lord. We are here only because you made a way for us, Lord. Thank you for everything. You are Jehovah Child, the God who provides. You are Jehovah Nisa, our banner, Lord. We thank you for everyone, Lord. We thank you for our leaders, Lord. Thank you for everything, Lord. Oh, Lord, now we are at the end. And we want your protection, Lord. We want your Holy Spirit to guide us at the second event, so that we are going to enjoy it, Lord. Thank you, Lord, you Jehovah Rapha, the God who protects us. We pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Bwana Yesu, tunakushukuru kwa wema wako, tunakushukuru kwa upendo wako. Asante kwa watoto wetu, kwa safari ya masomo ambao umeianza, ulikuwa pamoja na wao, na sasa unawapa Bwana ushindi kwa siku ya leo. Yesu, tunakushukuru, ubarikiwe na utukuzwe, barikiwe Mola wetu. Asante kwa walimu ambao waliwasaidia, asante kwa huduma kubwa ambao umefanya, na sasa tunasema asante. Hata hivyo Bwana, tunawakabidhi mikononi mwako, uwalinde Yesu, uwafanikishe katika jina la Yesu Kristo. Yesu, tunasema asante. Sifa na utukufu na heshima ni vyako hata milele, katika jina la Yesu. Makofi kwa Bwana Yesu.
My name is Martin Blazing-Yaboho, graduated with a BA degree from Kenya Evangelical University so many years back on 24th February 1992. So far, I have stood on the promises of God, and He has never disappointed me. I want to encourage the today's graduate that tomorrow is better than yesterday. I want this message to reach my daughter, Bukeyeneza, who graduated today. Tomorrow is better than yesterday for you. I was not expecting to take this mic, but as somebody who was not robed with these academics, I wanted just to let everybody know I'm now the Archbishop of the Anglican Church of Burundi. At the same time, I'm the Vice Chair, one of the Vice Chairs of All Africa Conference of Churches, which has its headquarters in Nairobi, Kenya. I want to congratulate this International University of Equator because you are training students for a bright tomorrow. And the future of this country is in the hands of the youth. Youth who are well trained, and youth who fear God. As a parent, I feel happy today to witness this event. I remember a few years ago when I visited the university, in the registrar, I discussed with the one who was there. I said, well, it's a long process, it's a long way. But it looks like being 1 month or 1 week. I know for you it has been a long way, a long journey. But now that you are at the end of the journey, you say, well, I joined the university yesterday, so I'm out now. You are not out of the education, out of school. This is just the beginning. So the sky will be your limit. Ndabasaba muhaguruke dusenge tusamuheza gihugu Imana. Mana yacu turakushimiye kuri Imana ihambaye kandi kuri Imana ikunda iki gihugu. Turakushimiye abiyumviriye gutanguza ishure kaminuza. Tugushimiye ubumenyi batanze muri urwaruka. Turasengeye urwaruka rero rurangije kugira ngo utegure kazoza kabo. Cyane cyane gukunda Imana no gukunda igihugu. Hanyuma kugukorera by'ukuri bagira impinduka berekana muri societe yacu. Turabasengeye abazobandanya kwiga, abagiye kurondera akazi, abagiye gutangura ibikorwa byabo. Mana ubabe hafi kandi uzohezagire ivyimviro vyabo n'imigambi bafise kugira ngo izo imigambi yo kugushimisha no gutera iteka ishure bari bamaze igihe bigamo. None rero turarangije urubanza rw'uyu munsi, turagusaba ngo umuhezagiro wawe ujane natwe. Amahoro y'Imana amwarengeye uko yomenywa n'umuntu wese n'abari yateramira imitima yanyu, ateramire ivyimviro vyanyu kugira ngo mwabe mumenya kandi mukunda Imana n'umwana wayo Yesu Kristo, maze umugisha w'Imana ishobora byose dawe wa twese n'umwana na muhemu mweranda n'ubi muri mwebwe kandi ugumane namwe iminsi yose. Amen.